Are you living a life full of passion and purpose? We all want incredible, intentional lives to wake up and hashtag Carpe Diem. But have you ever wondered what your true mission in life is? Deep down in every person is a calling to be the best version of themselves. And if you want inner peace and fulfillment, it's essential that you learn how to find your passion and life purpose. Without them, goals and achievements, no matter how grand, will seem empty. We know how important it is to find yourself in a world you're consciously creating, to discover what excites you, and to show up as the person you want to be. In this live episode of The Elevated Life, we share common roadblocks to avoid when pursuing your purpose. Hey, we're Brit and Chris Carmichael, and you're listening to The Elevated Life podcast. Throughout the 13 years we've been together, we've never ceased in our endless quest to better ourselves.
We've studied top experts, philosophers, and gurus. After years of personal self-experimentation, we found the tools for shifting your beliefs, moving through fears, and developing a positive mindset.
If you're ready for a breakthrough, then you're in the right place, because we're here to empower you to take control of your life with simple mindset shifts that create radical transformation.
We'll be diving into topics like personal growth, health, philosophy, spirituality, relationships, success, and mindfulness.
So create some space for yourself and get comfy. It's time to become the badass you were born to be. If you're someone who is pursuing their passion and you're struggling with actually getting into the flow of it, then we're going to share roadblocks that are going to help identify those areas where you're getting stuck when you're pursuing your passion. And we're going to help you move through them with a little bit more effortlessness so that you can get on with your great work, because you all have a mission. You all have a talent, a skill, a gift, a service to give to the world. And most likely you're getting caught up on one of these 4 roadblocks when you're pursuing your passion. So we're going to help you break through those today.
Yeah, passion is everything. If you've ever met someone that's full of passion and full of life, it's different being around them. They have a different kind of energy. They attract different circumstances. They attract different people. Different things happen. And what's crazy is when you see the people who don't have that passion, they almost look lifeless. It's like they don't have that just like shining beam everywhere they go. And so they tend to attract all those kind of rain clouds. They walk around mopey. I don't like life. It's not for me. It's because they're not pursuing what they're really here to pursue. And so once you get on that level, you say, oh, got to follow my passion. And you hear that often, follow your passion, everything will turn out right. But the truth about it is there are some really big traps that you can fall into. There are some huge roadblocks as you start to do that. And once you solve those, you start to come into a place where you're like, oh my God, it's so much better when I do things this way. So we're going to talk exactly about those things to start avoiding.
Yeah, so take a moment to tune in. If you're watching live, say hello and where you're watching from in the comments, and let us know, are you someone who is pursuing their passion? Are you someone who wakes up every day and they're like, man, I am really excited about the choice that I've made to serve and wake up and share my gifts? Or are you someone who has totally forgotten that you have the power to choose the life that you want to live? Whether you've chosen to live a life full of passion or you're still moving through life like in the mundane, this topic is for you, because the truth is we all are here to shine our light. That's why I am the founder of Shine School, to help you find what lights you up, your passions, so that you can ultimately begin pursuing your purpose, because they're one and the same. Your passions really are your purpose. So if you can find ways in which you love to express yourself, then you are already pursuing your purpose.
Oof. All right, so let's talk about the first trap. The first one is procrastination and perfectionism. And there's so many people who deal with this. You always talk to them, you're like, hey, how's that thing you're working on? And it's not turned out perfect, so I'm just not doing it. And then they bury their head back in the sand. And so you've got to get out of a place where you're in thinking it's got to be perfect. Because if you've noticed anything in life, we're always improving it. We're always changing it. We're always doing different things. And so it's always about getting that first iteration, that first step out there, and then tinkering with it as we go along. I mean, if the first car that was ever made, if they waited till it was perfect for us, we would not have cars right now. It's constantly been improved. I mean, we were horse-drawn, carriages and wagons and stuff, and we've moved so far from that. But we only moved far because someone was willing to throw something out on the table and say, hey, this might not work. It probably won't, but let's get a starting point. So get your starting point. Figure it out. Where are you holding yourself back by thinking it's got to be perfect before I do it, because it won't be. It will never, ever be perfect. You don't want it to be. That builds stagnation. What you want to do is always be able to come to a place where you can improve, upgrade, and expand on things. And you can only do that once you have something actually out there.
And once you get to that level of perfection where you no longer have to tweak or adjust, you get bored and you move on to the next thing. So here's the thing. We're all perfectionists. I'm reading all of these comments saying, oh my God, I'm so critical on myself. I judge myself so much. Like, here's the thing. We are our worst critics, right? And we all want to perform at our highest potential. And so perfectionism is always going to be there guiding you to push you forward, right? But it's when we get taken over by perfectionism and it turns into procrastination that it becomes a problem. Perfectionism is great if you can do the work and keep going forward instead of getting stopped exactly where you're at and saying, well, it's not good enough. I just quit, right? That is ultimately giving into the thing that you fear the most, and that's failure. So don't quit because you're stuck in perfectionism. Just start, just do something. It reminds me of the first time I took Chris to one of my hair appointments. I was still in beauty school, and it was a guy that I worked with, and he wanted red and pink and black and blonde highlights. It was crazy, right? And so I take Chris with me.
First time ever.
And we had just been dating, not even a couple of months. And when I got done, hours, right? I'm still learning. Like hours later, we get in the car. The first thing I say, like, look over at Chris and say, what do you think? Did you like it? And he goes, no, that looked like shit. Wow. Sometimes the truth hurts, but you know what? I didn't stop. It just encouraged me to keep trying, to keep getting better, to get better with my placements, to get better with the colors that I choose, right? So thank you for being that honesty and that truth that I needed. But I'm so glad that it didn't stop me. I'm so glad that someone I love who said that looks like shit wasn't enough to make me say, well, you know what? Maybe I'm not good at this hair thing. Maybe I'm not cut out for it, and quit. Because if I would have done that, I wouldn't be sitting here as a successful hairdresser over a decade later, So even when people you love criticize your work or judge you and your actions, that's not enough to make you stop, or it shouldn't be enough to make you stop.
Yeah, I think the big problem is that people are so afraid of making mistakes because we feel like it's something about our character. So if we make a mistake, then people will love us less. And whenever you're going after your passions or career or anything like that, the biggest tip that I can give you for being successful is to make more mistakes. So often people stop themselves. They make that first mistake or the second one, and they just, fold it up, and they assume that it was going to be perfect from the beginning, and that just never happens. And so you've got to get to a place where you no longer fear success, and mistakes are just part of the process. You do it, you screw up a bunch of times, and finally you get it right. I mean, I always plan to screw up at least 9 out of 10 times. If I'm succeeding 10% of the time, I'm so far ahead of the game. And because so many other people have quit at that point. So get out of that perfection mode, get out there and make mistakes, and get into a place where you're okay with that. And you know that you can move forward from there.
Yeah, fail your way to success. That's our motto. You'll learn so much along the way. And from that learning point, from that wisdom that you've gained throughout the experience, you're going to be in a much higher leadership role because you not only have had the courage and confidence to take action and to pursue your goals, but you also now have the wisdom and the learning lessons that came with it. And they're not going to kill you. They're just going to teach you, right? So the most that's going to happen outside of your comfort zone is that you're going to grow. And that's exactly what we're all yearning for.
So the second roadblock you're going to come to is waiting for your passion to show up. So many people struggle with patience. They're just sitting there going, well, the stork is going to come bring it by this week, and I'm finally going to be passionate. I'm going to be on my path. I'm going to be doing those things. No one's coming. That's why it's called your path. If someone else were supposed to be showing up and delivering your path to you, it'd be something different. It's yours. And so you've got to get out there and actively pursue it. Don't wait on anybody. Don't wait on anything. The ball is totally 100% in your court. And that's so much about taking responsibility and saying, I'm put here for a purpose. When you wake up in the morning and realize that there are so many people that didn't wake up this morning. There's so many people that didn't make it through today. And you're still here. There's still a purpose for you. There's still something that you need to get out there and do. And so make sure that you're the one doing it. You accept that role. You say, I'm the hero in my journey. I'm going to wake up every morning and do the things that I know that I need to do because I'm the only one who's going to do them. So stop waiting, bring that patience in, know that it's coming, but get out there and perform actions every single day to get you there.
All of these roadblocks really build upon each other, because if you're feeling like, I don't know what my purpose is, then most likely perfectionism and procrastination get caught up in the way, because you're like, well, I don't know what it is. And so you beat yourself up about it, and then you procrastinate on trying something new. When you're trying to find your passions, you want to explore and try as many different things as you can. Hell, I even tried pole dancing, right? Like, I was just trying it all. Like, what's fun? What do I like? And I literally bought a Groupon to every single thing that was available in my area, so I could figure, do I like rock climbing? Do I like pole dancing? Do I like running? Which is a hell no. Do I like CrossFit? Do I like yoga? And over many years of trying different ways, that we're just talking about working out specifically, I found that yoga is my thing. But if I wouldn't have tried all those classes, I wouldn't have known. So get out there and try something new. Try expressing all of your different talents and creativities. I mean, I'm a hairdresser, a photographer, a psychic medium, inspirational speaker. I mean, there's so many different things that I have success as a profession. And it's because I took time dabbling in all those different areas when I was younger, because I wanted to see, well, what do I like? And what I found is that I loved photography, but it didn't align with the timing of my life. And so I had to have patience and realize that maybe that will be a part of my path, but not at this moment. So really think about, when you start to have all of these different passions that you uncover, start to lay them out in a way that makes sense. Like, well, maybe if I pursue this passion first, it will build upon the next one. And I layered in photography to start capturing the beauty of the hair that I was creating. So I was essentially able to do both of my passions in one career.
Yeah, it's always great to see. We're all multi-passionate, and it's totally fine to have you're going to have a lot of passions. I mean, the world's huge. There's so many things that you can do. So it's fine to go out there and experiment with a lot of things. And just always, like Brit said, figure out how you can tie those things together. Like that's where your intellect's going to come, your reasoning. Like, how can I combine these things? How can I do these in a way that really makes sense, that makes me enjoy them?
So the last roadblock that you're going to come up against, or at least one of the big ones that we found when working with our clients, is that you are focusing on the profit and not the purpose, not the reason why you started the whole thing. And when we shift our intention and our focus on just the profits, we lose the passion for the reason why we started getting up and doing the service that we do in the day. Yeah,
you have to really think, would I still be doing this if I could not make any kind of money from it? And if it's one of those kinds of things, we say, you know what, I could do that. I love this so much. I'm losing time. I'm forgetting where I'm at. Time dilates a lot. And I'm just enjoying myself so much. That's a way different lifestyle. I mean, there are a lot of people who have a lot of money that just totally hate their lives. And so when you're talking about what you're passionate about, it really should be what excites you, what really lights you up, what sets that fire ablaze. And if you just focus specifically on the money, you miss the whole boat, because anytime you're bringing other clients or other people and you're involving them and you're providing something for them, you have to focus on them. It's not just how much money can I extract from their wallet, how can I bring all their dollars over to me. It's really about how can I serve them in the best possible way? How can I improve and make their life better with the skills and the talents that I've cultivated over time? Like, that's where passion really comes in. Don't fall into the trap of just being about the money, because you'll wake up one day and be like, what did I even do this for? Just so I could buy a bunch of knickknacks? Who cares about that? Get into the spot where you're service-oriented and you're thinking about the client or the person, and you're there with them. You're understanding their needs. It's all about them. Take yourself out of it and say, how can I serve so much more and at such a higher level? We found that when clients shift their focus from the service that they originally, their why, what motivated them to start their entire purpose and passion in the first place, when they shift their focus from that service to the profits, they end up becoming workaholics. Have you ever noticed that when you're trying so hard to just make more money instead of do more good, you begin overworking and burning out, and you start losing the fun in life? I'd like to know, which one of these roadblocks have you come up against that you might be stuck on your path of pursuing your purpose and your passion? What roadblock, from procrastination and perfectionism to having that, that impatience? We get caught, we're like, oh, I don't know what it is yet. It's not here yet. Maybe you're someone who has already started pursuing your passions, but you've shifted your focus from service to profits.
or you're overworking yourself, right? And sometimes we overwork ourselves in jobs that we're not even passionate about.
I think that's the worst. I mean, that's absolutely the worst.
Like, what are you going to get out of the end of that? So I'd love to know in the comments below, where are you stuck? Which one of these is your roadblock on your path to pursuing your purpose?
Yeah, I think to me, the workaholic one is so hard to deal with, because we always feel like if we just do more, and if we just do it harder, and if we just do it better, then suddenly everything's going to change. And a lot of times what ends up happening is that again puts the focus back just on us. It's not on the surface. It's about, how can I get more out of this? And the real trick to all of this is that you make so much more the more that you give. And it's weird, because it feels like, well, I'm making more the more I receive. And it's not true. In the long run, it's not true. That can be true in the short term, but long time, you really got to focus on that service and say, hey, what am I really doing for people? How can I make this balance in my life? We're always seeking that balance where you're push, but then you rest. Push, rest. It's not all about just pursuing all the time. It's about finding that really unique balance that strikes a chord with you, so that you can continuously give your gifts. You don't feel burnout. You're still excited about it when you wake up. You're still feeling that just overall joy for life and doing what it is that you're here to do.
Okay, I'm going to tune into your comments. Let's see. Paul says procrastination and perfection, both of them, and expecting someone to give you the opportunity, but it's okay to rest. It's essential to rest. A third of our life is spent sleeping. You don't think the universe had that planned out perfectly? Like, we have to just look to nature and the cycles of there's night and day. Like, there's always two sides to the coin. And if you're constantly taking action and you're not refilling your cup and taking time to rest, you're going to burn out and you're going to quit and you're going to give up along your path. So you have to take a very slow and steady pace when you're pursuing your passion, because it can become overwhelming and you can burn out. Even though you're doing what you love, there's a certain rhythm to this whole flow situation, right? And if you're someone who struggles with having that support on your side, you're like quitting your 9-to-5 job and your family doesn't believe in you. They don't see your vision and they don't support it. We know how that feels. And that's exactly why we've stepped into the role to help teach and guide you to find your passions, because it's when we started pursuing what was authentically true to us, living a life that felt good, and being able to use our unique talents and skills in a way that not only contributes to the betterment of this world, but also makes us feel good about it. That's when it all started to click. And that is why we want to provide that support for you.
Yeah, this is such a game changer in life, because when you get on your own path and you're marching to your own drum, and at the same time, you're really providing something that other people love and that inspires them and that helps them a ton in their life, you feel different. It comes to a place where you're like, God, I love life. I'm so excited. And everyone around you feels that. It's like everyone feels that in your friendships. Everyone feels that in your love relationships. When you're excited about life, people are excited to be around you. And so if you haven't gotten to that place yet, if you're like, I don't really know what my passion is. I decided to do something in my 20s, and I've been doing that, and I'm now in my 40s, and I have no idea like what I'm supposed to be doing, or I've been plugging away because that's what I was told to do. If you're in that space, we are having a masterclass this next Tuesday in our membership club, where we are teaching you all of our secrets about passion and purpose and how to pursue them, how to do it with grace, how to turn that passion into profit, but do it in such a way so that you stay balanced, so that it feels good inside, so that you're not coming home always just totally burned out. Even if you can't do it right now and you're in a career and you love your career, but you really want that side project where you say, I'd really love to have a side passion project that feels good because I want to do something back for my community. I've got this excellent talent, but I've never really done anything with it. If you want to know how to do that and want to see how we've done it in our lives, come study and learn with us, because it's going to be one of those things that super changes your whole life. Once you start doing this, even a little bit, even pursuing a little bit of your passion and just feeling a little bit, if you feel 10% better each day, I mean, how good is that at the end of the year? You can feel so wonderful, but still be on that path of making money. We all love dollars, but you're also providing your purpose for the world.
Show me the money.
It's true. Love those dollars.
That's so funny. So if you need that accountability, if you need the coaches behind your back and supporting you and cheering you along your passion and your purpose, and even if you don't know what that is, let us help guide you to that place where we know you have that gift to give and you have the ability to make a profit doing it as well, but not in a skeezy way. How many of you love tuning into the Elevated Life? And here we are just giving and giving and giving all of our wisdom to you. You can do it in a beautiful way that doesn't feel feel weird. We see so many people become resistant to pursuing their passions and purpose and turning it into a profit because now there's money involved, because we have these weird money mindsets, right? So if you're someone who wants to turn their passions into their profits, or even find out what the hell your passions are, then join us inside the club, because not only will you access our live masterclass on Tuesday, you'll also get all of the other trainings, from overcoming these blocks, these money beliefs that stop us from creating abundance, or how to set yourself up for success, because maybe we know what our passion is, but we suck at scheduling routines and sticking to the script, right? So wherever you're stuck in your life, the Elevated Life is designed to help you move through those blocks, whether it be your happiness, your health, or your service and your gifts to the world.
Oof.
Man, I just love being here every Friday with you guys at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time on the Elevated Life series. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you would like to join Team Carmichael inside the Elevated Life Membership Club, then go to BrittanyCarmichael.com/membership to sign up and access this live masterclass on how to pursue your passions and find that purpose that you came here for, and really turn it into a profit so that you can literally be living the most authentic life for you. I mean, how great does that sound? Wouldn't you want to wake up every day and do the thing that you love and also be provided for to live that life that you're dreaming of? It is possible. And there's a formula to it, and we want to give that to you. So be sure to sign up for the membership club, and we'll catch you live on Tuesday for the masterclass inside the Elevated Life. Let me see. I have a question. Go for it. What is your question? And please, if any of you have a question right now, drop it in the comments below. We love being able to coach and guide you here on the Elevated Life series. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. There's so many beautiful faces that tune into the Elevated Life. So if you know someone who would really be inspired by this message, then please tag them in the comments below, share this video, whatever you got to do to spread the good vibes. We appreciate all of your love and support. And if you have any questions, again, don't hesitate to leave them in the comments, or just reach out, shoot us a private message, and we're happy to guide and inspire you in any area that you need assistance. Okay, question coming through. Type fast. Does that say magical stylist? Oh my gosh, I love that. Are you a fashion stylist or a hairstylist? I'd be curious. I know our comments on Facebook are not showing up today, so we are so sorry, Facebook. We cannot see any of your comments. So we will be sure to hop on and check out the comments after we close off the live. Let's see. Does it make a person abnormal bad? I'm not sure what that means.
Me neither.
I'm sorry, Joe. I'm not sure what you mean. Does it make a person abnormal bad?
I don't know.
Sorry, bud. I don't know what you mean by that question. If you want to shoot us a message,
do it.
Please reach out. And thank you so much for everyone who was tuning in. We will catch you guys hopefully next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday. Okay, let me see. I think you have a profound sense of awareness. How do you deal with society that is shallow? Great question. I literally just asked my spirit guides this, and I will share their answer. So I was driving, and I just was overwhelmed by a lot of the negativity and the anger and just the murder and the injustice in this planet. And as an empath and a sensitive, I was feeling really like my heart was like overwhelmed. I'm like, okay, angels, guides, like, how do I, in a world full of crazy ass shit, like maintain my love and light and peace? The answer was so clear and so simple, and I'm going to share that with you. They said, anger breeds anger. And that was enough for me to realize that even though we're in a world full of crazy ass shit, we are aware, like you said, and conscious enough to still choose love, to still choose to be the light, to still shine despite the crazy in the world, because that is why we came here. And if you are waking up to that awareness, you're realizing that you're here to be that light working, loving presence in the world, please let us guide you inside the Elevated Life, because that's exactly why we're here. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Elevated Life podcast. Want more? Join us at theelevatedlifeclub.com for mindset upgrades, lifestyle hacks, and spiritual tools to elevate your soul.
Each month features a new masterclass, meditation, yoga practice, and more to help you transform your life one step at a time.
Come join the 7 or Above Club.